Ethiopia is one of the oldest countries in the world, with a history that stretches back thousands of years. Its civilization is unique, never colonized, and has influenced culture, religion, and trade across Africa and beyond. This land has witnessed kingdoms, empires, revolutions, and remarkable human achievements. Its story is a journey of resilience, faith, and identity, shaped by the people who have lived here for millennia. The earliest known kingdom in Ethiopia was DMT, which existed around the 10th century BCE. Though relatively small, DMT laid the foundation for the rise of larger empires. Archaeological discoveries reveal impressive irrigation systems, terraced farming, and early urban settlements, showing how organized and advanced the society was. Connected trade routes from the Red Sea to the highlands, exchanging goods like gold, incense, and agricultural produce with neighboring regions. These early developments set the stage for Ethiopia's enduring place in African history. Following DMT, the Aksumite Empire rose to power between the 1st and 7th centuries CE. Aksum became a major trading hub, connecting Africa, the Middle East, and even India. Its location near the Red Sea allowed the empire to dominate trade routes, exporting ivory, gold, frankincense, and exotic animals while importing silk, spices, and textiles. The wealth of Aksum enabled the construction of grand palaces, obelisks, and monuments, some of which still stand today as testaments to the empire's power. The Aksumites developed their own script, Ge'ez, which is still used in religious texts today. This script reflects the depth of their learning, administration, and culture. Around the 4th century CE, King Ezana converted to Christianity, making Ethiopia one of the first Christian nations in the world. Christianity became a cornerstone of Ethiopian identity, influencing laws, education, architecture, and art. Many churches were built, monasteries flourished, and religious manuscripts, often illustrated with intricate designs, preserved the knowledge and beliefs of the time. Pilgrimage and spiritual devotion were central to Ethiopian life, linking religion to everyday society. Aksumite architecture was also remarkable. Massive stelae, some over 20 meters tall, were carved and erected to mark royal burials, demonstrating the engineering skill and spiritual beliefs of the society. Trade brought not only wealth, but also cultural exchanges. Ethiopian merchants traveled to Arabia, India, and even as far as the Mediterranean, spreading ideas, religion, and innovations. After the decline of Aksum, the Zagwe dynasty ruled Ethiopia from the 12th to the 13th century. This period is remembered for the extraordinary rock-hewn churches of Lalibela, carved entirely from solid rock. These churches were not only places of worship, but also symbols of national pride and unity, demonstrating extraordinary engineering skills and devotion. Pilgrims still visit Lalibela today, walking through tunnels and narrow passages to witness these marvels. During this time, Ethiopian society continued to value education, the arts, and religious scholarship. Monasteries became centers of learning, where manuscripts on theology, history, and medicine were preserved. Later, the Solomonic dynasty returned to power, claiming descent from King Solomon of Israel and the Queen of Sheba, linking Ethiopia to biblical history. During the Solomonic era, Ethiopia faced conflicts with neighboring Muslim states, but maintained its independence. The kingdom expanded, and art, music, and literature thrived. Manuscripts and religious texts were carefully preserved in monasteries, and traditional music, instruments, and oral poetry reflected a society deeply connected to its history. The Solomonic rulers were known for their diplomatic skills and efforts to unite diverse peoples under one Ethiopian identity, often negotiating alliances and resolving conflicts with neighboring regions. In the 16th century, Ethiopia faced severe challenges from the Adal Sultanate, led by Ahmad ibn Ibrahim al-Ghazi, also known as Ahmad Gran. He invaded with a powerful army equipped with firearms and cannons, nearly destroying the Christian kingdom. Many lives were lost, churches were destroyed, and cities burned. Despite these hardships, Ethiopian resistance, combined with alliances and strategy, eventually restored the kingdom. This period highlights the resilience and determination of the Ethiopian people to defend their land, faith, and heritage. The war also influenced military strategies and led to new fortifications, shaping the future of Ethiopian defense. During this era, religious devotion remained a unifying force. Ethiopian Orthodox Christianity provided social cohesion, education, and moral guidance. Religious leaders played a critical role in diplomacy, education, and community leadership. Festivals, rituals, and pilgrimages strengthened both faith and identity. In the late 19th century, Emperor Menelik II became one of Ethiopia's most celebrated leaders. He expanded Ethiopia's borders to include diverse regions and peoples, forming the foundation of modern Ethiopia. Menelik modernized parts of the country, introducing new technologies, roads, and communication systems, while maintaining the traditions and governance structures that united his people. In 1896, he led Ethiopian forces to a historic victory against Italian invaders at the Battle of Adwa. This triumph made Ethiopia a symbol of African independence and resistance, inspiring people across the continent who were struggling under colonial rule. Menelik II also encouraged urban development, establishing schools, postal systems, and modern infrastructure. Diplomacy with European powers was a delicate balance, ensuring Ethiopia retained independence while engaging in global trade and politics. The emperor's vision for a unified, strong, and modern Ethiopia shaped the nation's path for decades. The 20th century brought new trials and transformations. Italy invaded Ethiopia again in 1935, occupying the country and committing widespread atrocities. Villages were destroyed, cultural sites damaged, and thousands of people suffered under colonial rule. Emperor Haile Selassie went into exile but returned in 1941 with the support of Allied forces. His leadership became a global symbol of resistance, dignity, and African unity. After World War II, Ethiopia played a prominent role in the Pan-African movement, hosting the creation of the Organization of African Unity in 1963, which later became the African Union. Ethiopia was seen as a beacon of independence and African pride, leading discussions on decolonization, African unity, and global diplomacy. Haile Selassie's reign also emphasized education and modernization. Schools were established, modern administration developed, and infrastructure improved. Though challenges remained, Ethiopia's presence on the world stage grew. In 1974, the monarchy ended, and the Derg military regime took power, ushering in decades of political turmoil, famine, and social upheaval. This period was marked by repression, mass displacement, and the loss of thousands of lives. Rural communities were uprooted, cities became centers of unrest, and the nation faced economic challenges. Despite these hardships, Ethiopians continued to preserve their culture, faith, and community bonds. Resistance movements and local leadership eventually led to the fall of the Derg in 1991, opening the door to a new chapter in Ethiopia's history. In the 1990s, Ethiopia transitioned to a federal republic, introducing a new constitution and restructuring the country into regional states. Since then, Ethiopia has faced challenges in balancing tradition with modern growth. Its cities, like Addis Ababa, have grown rapidly, becoming hubs of politics, commerce, and culture. At the same time, Ethiopia continues to protect and celebrate its ancient heritage, from monasteries perched on mountaintops to vibrant music, art, and literature. Languages, traditional clothing, and festivals are preserved, reflecting a deep sense of national identity. Ethiopia's history is also a story of diversity. It is home to over 80 ethnic groups, each with its own language, customs, and traditions. Despite differences, these communities have contributed to a rich cultural mosaic that makes Ethiopia unique. The country's cuisine, music, and dance tell stories of generations, blending ancient practices with contemporary life. Coffee, believed to have originated in Ethiopia, became a global phenomenon, further linking Ethiopian culture to the world. Traditional instruments like the kra and masenko accompany songs that have been passed down for centuries. Ethiopia's natural landscape has also shaped its history. The Simien Mountains, the Danakil Depression, and the Great Rift Valley provided both protection and challenges. Mountain fortresses and strategic highlands played key roles in defending kingdoms, while rivers and fertile lands supported agriculture and settlements. These landscapes influenced settlement patterns, trade, and military strategies for centuries. Today, Ethiopia continues to inspire the world. It has faced invasions, internal struggles, and global pressures, yet it remains a land of resilience and pride. From the Aksumite Empire to the modern republic, Ethiopia shows how a nation can endure, adapt, and thrive over millennia. Its people continue to honor their history while building the future, ensuring that Ethiopia's story is far from over. From ancient empires and sacred churches to battles for independence and modern achievements, Ethiopia's journey is one of courage, faith, and perseverance. Every stone, every manuscript, every melody carries the memory of a civilization that has endured for thousands of years. Ethiopia's festivals, such as Timkat and Meskel, connect communities to history and faith. Its natural wonders, including the Simien Mountains and the Great Rift Valley, hold both ecological and historical significance. The history of Ethiopia is not just a story of the past, it is a living legacy, shaping the present and inspiring generations to come. Ethiopia's people continue to innovate in art, science, agriculture, and governance, proving that the past and present are deeply intertwined. From Aksum to Addis Ababa, from monasteries to modern universities, Ethiopia demonstrates how culture, resilience, and determination create a nation capable of weathering time itself. Even today, Ethiopia remains a symbol of African pride, a nation where history is alive in its people, their faith, and their traditions. Its story teaches resilience, courage, and unity in diversity. Ethiopia reminds the world that a nation's past can empower its present and guide its future.